Hello, my name is Lloyd, and I will be breaking down the laser level mechanic in lasers. The lasers are the main mechanic that is used in the game. The player navigates through a level full of lasers without getting hit and before time runs out. The way the game has their lasers set up is that they have a visible red laser that starts at the laser output coupler, which is represented by a floating red and black sphere. And the laser ends at the location it is hitting, which is represented by a dot on the surface of the hit object. In the video, you can see that the output coupler is noticeable, but not too noticeable that it takes away from the level. The player can quickly identify which way the laser is coming from. And if the player wasn't able to see the output coupler, they can still tell which way the laser is coming from because of the laser endpoint. The end dot on the wall helps identify that this object can be blocked and that the coupler is somewhere else. While the player is in the level and the lasers are activated, they produce a low ambient sound, and when the player hits one of the lasers, it produces a slightly higher pitch sound. Also, when the player hits a laser, the player body gets sliced in half and blood splatters from the body. In the gameplay, the moment the player hits the laser, they are instantly sliced, and after about a 3-second delay, they are sent back to the beginning of the level. The player can maneuver through the lasers by jumping over them, crawling under them, waiting for the right moment to pass them, or by waiting for an object to block them. During the gameplay, you can see that the lasers are set up in a way that the player has to conduct these action movements instead of just running in a straight line and waiting for the lasers to pass. The lasers have the ability to rotate, move vertically and horizontally, pivot back and forth, and turn on and off. They also have lasers that can produce multiple lasers on a rotating axis. These different types of lasers and movement abilities bring a challenge to the player because it makes the player think about how to get through the level. They have to learn what the lasers will do and have to strategize from what they just learned. As demonstrated in the gameplay, you can see that the lasers bring a challenge with its diverse movement capabilities. Each type of movement keeps the player on their feet because they just don't have to get past the lasers, but they also got to get to the end before time runs out. That concludes the laser breakdown and lasers. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed.